is up, guys? Pitch meeting episode 9. Here we are. Jayden, how are you doing, brother?
Okay. Uh,
Okay. Well, I am doing fan freaking tastic. I'll just say that. Things are looking up for me. I am so pumped. It's been a while. It's been a
yeah.
while since our last episode. We kind of took a things have been kind of going slow again. We're trying to get things picked back up. We got a sponsor
All right.
on the
Yeah.
way. So
Okay. Look, we've got a couple guests and a lot of pitches today. I think we should probably skip the
that's
chit
right.
chat.
We have
We should probably
two
skip the chit
guests.
chat and just kind
We
of
have
go
two
ahead and get
guests
into it.
today, two guests, and we can honestly probably go ahead and introduce the first guest, Daniel Seward.
Gentlemen, it's good to see you. How are we?
Great. So, Daniel, you went to the summit in Vegas, is that right?
I most certainly did. It was thank you for acknowledging,
Yeah.
Jayden. Raise it up. Yeah, I don't know. I went there and wasn't expecting much, and here I am completely transformed, reinvigorated, and just ready to attack life and everything. So it's cool to see you're matching my energy right there, Alpha
I
Brother.
am. You look successful, if I could put it into one word.
Yeah.
Successful. I'll say that. I see the coat, I see the hat. You look great, honestly. So, I mean, tell us a little bit about the convention. We don't want to take too long on this, but maybe break it down for a second.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to think about, the time before I knew of the convention, but I'll try and explain it in layman's terms. Yeah, it was more of an experience than a summit or a convention. It was a 4-day developmental trip, which I, thoroughly documented to the best of my abilities and wanted to bring back to you guys as my pitch later. So I don't want to go through too many Easter eggs, but it was just nice to be in Vegas with a lot of like-minded guys going through the same living accommodations and income obstacles as I was doing, and just paying some money to get better. So it was awesome.
Hey, when is Vegas ever a bad time, right?
Never.
All right.
I
Well,
find it hard to believe that people there were in the same financial situation that you were, but whatever. I'm glad you had fun in Vegas at your Alpha Male Summit. Yeah, we have another guest for you guys today. Let's go ahead and just not dig into our personal lives too much on this app. We got a lot to get through. Our next guest, he's a good friend of ours. Eagle-eyed pitch meeting viewers might actually recognize this guy from the pitch
the
meeting
holiday
holiday
special.
special. The pitch meeting holiday special, where he served as cameraman and can even be spotted in a few shots strutting his stuff. This is a great friend of ours, very creative guy. Please welcome Mark Gosney.
Mark Gosney, strongest guy I know. There he is.
Wow.
There he is.
Wow. Thanks for having me, guys. What a gift.
Dude, thank you for being on here, man. It's an honor to have you.
Yeah, another guest.
I guess in traditional pitch meeting fashion, do we just want to jump into what we're drinking tonight?
Beer, Miller Lite.
Right?
Yeah, we'll go next. I think before the summit, I would have just like drank a beer or something. Now I'm on water. It's kind of a mentality reset for me. Kind of what I need to keep my bearings straight.
Yes, dude, I love to see that. Hey, I don't mean to one up you, Daniel, but
No,
yeah,
you got
yeah,
one.
yeah, I got one.
He showed that last time. We've already seen that.
So 8
The
a.m.
same
let's do
thing
this.
happened.
10
The
a.m.
background's
10 a.m.
not working.
10 a.m. Hush.
This happened last
10
time.
a.m.
Listen,
10 a.m. Great start. 12 p.m. You've got this. 2 p.m. halfway there. 4 p.m. feeling good. 6 p.m. keep it up. 8 p.m. you did it. So I'm a little behind, but it's a bit of a late night. For our viewers, we're recording this a little late. It's already 10:15 where I am. It's already 11:15 for our guest Mark, and he is such a trooper for doing this for us. But I'm drinking a big ass gallon of water.
you
Mark,
get it,
what are
man.
you?
You get it.
I'm getting it.
I'm on the water train myself. Been down and out with a stomach bug for the past week, but water
Right,
it is.
right, right.
Mhm.
You
All
guys are
right.
you're all drinking water. Why did we even do that? Why did we even share?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm sorry. Whatever.
Jayden, you all
I like to encourage
right?
our viewers to be
it's
healthy.
fine. No, that's fine. Yep. Mark, why don't you just tell everyone a little bit about yourself? Real brief, keep it short. We got a lot to get through. Just what makes you worthy of being a pitch meeting guest, I guess.
Right, right. Well, I have a, film degree from the University of Tennessee.
Mm.
So see if my pitch maybe falls in that vein a little bit. And other than that, I'd say I'm one of Pitch Meeting's biggest fans.
I
That
would agree
you
with
are,
that.
my friend.
No
That you
denying.
are. Do we have any more bases to cover before we just like jump into these pitches?
Oh, let's jump in. Let's jump right into it. Who's got something?
I could I could start
All right.
Hey,
if you
a
guys
leader goes first. A leader goes
if you
first, Logan.
if you guys don't mind. All right. So I'll preface this by talking about with the whole alpha man mentality, if you want to call it that. With becoming a true man, it's a lot about embracing tradition. And one thing I've noticed in kind of more recent media is there's this big shift in trash bags. Everybody's talking about trash bags don't stink. There was the Glad, I believe it was Glad. They had a big campaign that said stinky, stinky, stinky. And it was all about trash bags, right? Hefty, yeah, it was hefty bags. About how trash bags they are scented and they don't stink anymore. And to me, that's a problem. I think trash is supposed to stink. So I'm taking it a step farther. Not only do trash bags make the trash smell good, no, 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 no. My trash bags smell awful. So they're trash bags that stink even with no trash in them. They just smell
Logan.
awful on their own.
Hmm.
Logan, I really look. I hate that every single pitch meeting episode. I'm dogging on your idea. I really want to get behind something that you pitch because I know you're a clever guy, and I thought tonight was gonna be the night. Even as you started gearing up with this, I've run into some financial troubles, and I've had to start buying the cheaper trash bags with no scent. And let me tell you, the trash it starts to stink after a while, and you're proposing an even stinkier bag. I can't endorse that. I can't even entertain the idea. It's not good. It's not good.
This is not Logan's first pitch that is stench, stink, or smell related.
Mm-mm.
And
I think he's.
trust me, Daniel, I've got a lot more up in the chamber.
I was about to
I
say,
don't
I
think
think
it
he's
is.
got a real knack for this, and I think we would look real dumb later on if we didn't capitalize on the
What
niche
knack?
that
What
is.
knack? Just because he has ideas doesn't mean he has a knack. You don't have a knack for sitcom writing or whatever. Just because you did it. Uh, Look, it already smells bad enough in here. I would not want it to smell any worse with a stinky trash bag. I don't know, but whatever. I'm sick of being the dissenting voice on here all the time. I'm sick of everyone taking advantage of me. Mark, what do you think of the idea?
Maybe there's a market for it. I don't think I'd buy it, but you know,
Okay.
So it sounds like Mark and Daniel are on track with it. Jayden, you can keep your gay ass trash bags, and I will sell a boatload of these stinky trash bags.
yeah, could be like good for maybe like lunchrooms, school lunchrooms.
Yeah, or maybe somebody whose trash consists of mostly just like napkins or something that doesn't really stink that much, and they miss the stink of their childhood home trash bags.
I think another audience is, the gag gift. In Chicago, a lot of my friends, we buy each other whoopee cushions and fake vomit slime. This could kind of be a smelly trash bag. I mean, this could be the
That could
next
be
big thing.
good. Yeah, they could be like, "What did I throw out? What did I throw out?" And the trash bag's empty.
What's nice about that pitch is we've had about a month and a half since our last episode.
Well, I don't have anything else to add to this one. I've already kind of said my piece, and you guys seem to like it. Anything else, Mark?
Oh, I never said I
Any
liked
final
it.
thoughts? Okay. Any other final thoughts about it before we move on? All right. Who's next?
I actually have two pitches today. First one's
Okay.
a little quick, and I think it'll be a unanimous yes.
All
But
right.
the first is for me to start a fan club for the show.
You want to start a
You know,
fan?
I like that.
a fan
I
account.
like that.
They're always retweeting you, hyping you up, posting edits.
Like, okay.
Ooh.
Like what kind
I'm
of edits?
very
Like,
bored with my mornings, and I think that would be a great use of time.
you just like make like fan cams and stuff like that?
Sure, yeah. Or maybe like post things from not in the episodes about what you guys are doing
Ooh.
day to day.
I'm sorry,
I
Mark.
mean,
Okay, hold on. I was on board for a while. You're talking about a fan account making edits and stuff. What was that last part? You're saying people are filming us. What? Elaborate a little bit
Yeah,
on
what do you
that.
mean by day to day? Like as like when we're all together, or do you mean just like each of us in our separate lives?
Just like whatever you're doing, like work stuff.
yeah.
Logan's been on this
No.
big sales kick, like, tracking that, but for the viewership of the show.
I like the retweeting. I like the fan cams. I don't know if I'm as into I don't know if I want people following me.
Yeah,
I
who's
got
gonna
enough going
film
on.
this?
I
Yeah,
don't
who's gonna
know.
film this?
Fans.
Yeah, it sounds like he's just gonna hire random people to follow us around.
Look, I like the idea. Think about all the big groups out there. You two, um, movie actors, they all have paparazzi on the streets, not when they're filming stuff, not when they're in their super suits, when they're getting coffee or
Yeah,
driving their
okay,
car, you know?
See, but
sure.
the
That's
problem is they don't benefit from that. The paparazzi, they're exploiting them. Honestly, they're exploiting their fame, and we're barely scratching at the feet of fame at the moment. People are what exploiting our day-to-day lives already before we even really have much of a following. Let's be frank, really don't at the moment. But
and I just want to say it's easy for you to like defend this idea, Daniel, because you're not the one they'd be following around. That'd be Logan and me. So
right,
that feels like an
No,
invasion
they'd
of
be
our
following
privacy.
me around.
well, you're not the host of the show.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
am a host.
I think
I'm in
Mark, do guests get followed as well?
Uh, I mean, maybe. We'd have to see how the first part goes, and then
We wouldn't have to worry about it. I'm already a host.
What that? Okay, if we're just
Daniel,
if
you're not a host. Daniel, you are not a host. You're a
I,
recurring guest. I'll give you that, but you're not a host.
Mark, did you have another pitch? You said I think you
I,
had something movie related.
I did
All
actually
right,
TV
yeah,
related.
let's
Well, if Mark's got another
no
pitch, we could
let
maybe cycle through some other pitches because I'm sure you guys have pitches. Then we can come back to Mark's second pitch.
okay. Yeah, that works. Let's go ahead and scrap that fan club idea. All right, Daniel, you want to go ahead and pitch your thing?
Yes, I would love to take this time. Jayden, I believe I emailed you the presentation, excuse me, the slide deck.
Okay, here we have you guys see this?
Yep.
I believe it's correct. I'm looking at just a wonderful presentation, slide deck, ready to get going. So yeah, it looks like it.
A meeting of the
Um,
minds, and muscles, my takeaways from the 4-day Alpha Male Summit.
site Las Vegas campus. So guys, I wanted to walk through my trip, and I recently came across this summit on my Instagram page. I believe it was one night where I wasn't really able to hang out with anyone or do anyone. I was pretty much glued to my phone. Down on my luck, as you can recall, money was kind of tight, but luckily that's no longer the case. This picture is, of course, not only the Vegas skyline, but the view that I was supposed to have from my hotel room here. So I wanted to kick it off. We can go to the next slide.
What are you supposed to have?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Just go to the next slide. I can elaborate. So let's just do day by day. Let's tackle it one at a time.
This isn't a pitch. Where's the pitch?
Let him go on. Let him go on. I like
Look,
these.
guys, you might look at this and be like, Daniel, this is just a PowerPoint. This isn't an idea. This is just like going through a picture book. And to that, I would say I had to shake a lot of hands, spend a lot of dollars, and frankly, do a lot of stuff I regret just to get into this summit and experience all this stuff. And I tried to document it and capture it with key takeaways to save you guys not only the time and the dollars, but also the public shame that I endured. So here's kind of just the things I took away so that I could share it with you all so we could all achieve a higher state of being just an alpha male.
Can you get into this agenda? I immediately have
And
a
let me
question about
let me
the
just
first
say
bullet point.
I'm eager to hear about this because I really wanted to go to this summit, but I just couldn't make it happen.
I remember you texted me a lot.
It was out of the budget for me.
Yeah, I understand. Well, next year's summit's going to be a pretty cool spot, I've heard. So step one, day one, they told us they were going to take care of all of our travel accommodations. And step one was flying into LAX, or as the guys called it, LA Sex, which I thought was cool, but I'm not going to write that on a PowerPoint.
Dude, I would dap you the hell up right now if I could.
Isn't that in Los Angeles?
We're all thinking about it, you know.
Isn't LAX in Los Angeles airport?
So we landed, and then we had a race to a hotel. Again, we were told there would be a shuttle. Nope, that was not the case. A guy said, first come, first serve. Early bird gets the worm. So we all had to scramble to get to the hotel. Didn't know where it was or what it looked like, which was cool. A nice, adrenaline start. And then we were starving by the time we got there. And they said lunch, more like no thanks, crunch. So we were told that we had, like cavemen, had to earn our food via hunt. We couldn't just expect things to be provided for us. So pretty hungry this first day. But then, like anything else, assigned roommates and board, which is really cool. And we had this nice initiation opening ceremony that was not able to document. And if you're looking at that plane right there, I believe any typical Boeing of like American Airlines, that was the plane that was on the slide deck that I purchased that I thought I was going on. That was not the plane that flew us into the airport. So if you want to go to the next slide.
Not surprised about that.
Speaking of bunk and board, the picture on the left is actually the only thing I was able to document the whole weekend. They had a very tight, very strict no documentation rule. So that was something I had to overcome, but wanted to capture that for you guys. I wanted to switch bunks. I got the bottom bunk on the left. I was told I was not able to switch, which was a bummer. On the right were the two roommates I was supposed to have. That was in the sales pitch slide deck. They were supposed to be just local, nice firefighters named Gene and Paul. That was not who I lived with. I lived with two guys named Axel and Rocco, who, like the trip, was not able to document. So we can go ahead and go to the next slide. So on day two, we got into the bare bones of it. They did not hold back. We met in a summit room just like this one. Again, not able to document. This time I would have been publicly humiliated. So I did not capture that. Here's some.
This time.
So here are some of the key topping points. Self-identifying weaknesses. That's when you stood up turn by turn and just said 4 things you really, really don't like about yourself. Second topic, becoming a Spartan of sales. Everything you need to get in the nitty-gritty to connect with the customer, sell the product, and push that money along. Right after that was a nice, much-needed break. It was a movie lecture. They didn't tell us what it was. Turns out it was just a montage of a bunch of different animals in the wild attacking and eating each other, kind of like alligators eating deer, tigers eating gazelles, that sort of thing. And then your classic alpha exercises to kind of do icebreakers and bonding with the other guys. King of the Hill, arm wrestling competition, see how long you can yell for competition. So that was good. You can go to the next slide.
That's a SHLYCS. Is that how long you can scream for? That's different.
Yeah, that's
than
what
yell.
that.
Okay, that's different. All right, that's different. All right.
So on the
I'm
slide
thinking
deck,
one of the weaknesses is, do you remember at summer camp when you were kids when two guys would lay on their backs and then they would put their legs up in the air and then lock legs and you kind of wrestle like that?
yeah, you
That would
leg
be
wrestle.
one leg wrestling. That would be
Leg
one of my
wrestling.
weaknesses. I never once even got close to winning those. I'd get ragdolled to the other side of the room whenever I try doing that. So
All right,
something
let's
I
let
haven't
Daniel
done in
finish.
a
Let's let Daniel finish his thing.
Yeah, yeah.
right.
So again, when I signed up, they said that I would be meeting primarily with the guy on the left, who seems like a very friendly, maybe husband, maybe also father. Just a nice guy. You know, he's laughing, he's having a good time. The guy on the right is who I met with. He didn't meet with everyone. He met with me though, a couple times a day. He was brutal. All right, so on day 4, we were wrapping things up. I would say it would normally be sad, but I was actually taught to suppress that emotion, so I felt nothing on this last day, which was nice. Here was our itinerary to kind of wrap up everything we've learned. We did a cool thing called alpha rankings in that summit room you saw, the circular seating. They actually ranked us one by one out of our cohort in front of the group, which was cool because that way you know where you stand, which I liked.
What was your
Where do
ranking?
you stand? Yeah.
Secondly, we did a movie lecture. I thought it'd be another primal thing. It was just Wolf of Wall Street, which was actually it kicked ass. So that was actually refreshing. The third
Badass movie,
was
yeah.
it's way cooler with in that setting. Third topic was a women's panel. Fourth topic was a ceremonial initiation. They eventually did say we had to leave, which stunk. And again, guys, with that travel accommodations, we had purchased a set accommodation plan that they had provided with different planes and shuttles. All of that really fell through. They said that was a decoy, and they wanted to see how we would react. So they played a game called Good Luck Greyhound. So the cost we thought paid for a flight home was actually a Greyhound bus to a mysterious location. Mine was not close to Chicago, but you can go ahead and skip to the next slide.
Well, okay.
So many questions.
So we played a game that I had never played before called Good Luck Greyhound, where I got to sit next to this gentleman right here on the next slide. As you can see, he is taking up most of the other available seat, spreading his legs quite wide. The armrest, you're thinking there is no armrest. There is one. He's completely taking it. He got very upset when I would try to budge him over. I think in some like road traveling movies, these two butting heads eventually see each other and walk away as friends. That did not happen with me and this gentleman. You can go ahead and go to the next slide, please.
He taking up that second seat. That's a bit of an alpha move right there, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd asked him if he'd been to the summit, and he didn't answer. But the feeling I got was yes.
Just real quick, you don't have to go into the whole thing, but what was the women panel?
Oh yeah, that was just saying what we liked about him. So yeah, kind of my takeaways. I learned a lot. That was my big one. It was nice to have some roommates for once. And I got some food, not as much as you'd think for the price, but it was nice. And then walked away with a new me, obviously, you know, a beanie, a hoodie, and a sports jacket. But guys, yeah, that's my takeaways. Again, I know I didn't do it justice. You know, taking a picture of a view doesn't bring you to that place, but I hope you could, you know, see the impact of this summit and how I would love for us to go sometime.
Well, Daniel, I'm jealous. I'm glad you got a good experience out of it. $3,800, that's really nothing for probably the value you got out of it, the value you're going to get out of it. It just wasn't in the cards for me. It wasn't in my budget at the moment. But man, I'll be there next year at the Vegas Summit, and I hope you're at the Tampa Summit this fall. We can go together.
Yeah, I am saving pennies.
All right. Well,
Mark, do you have any thoughts
Daniel,
on the summit?
You're right.
There were some typos on the first slide.
There are typos on multiple slides. I noticed that.
No.
Mark, I believe you had one more pitch you wanted to throw our way.
Sure. Let me wake up a bit.
Falling
So
asleep?
this pitch, no, we're good. This pitch was a TV show idea I had. It's in the early stages.
There we
Uh,
go.
so everyone loves
Are you talking
your
my
favorite
language?
little undersea sponge, SpongeBob SquarePants, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I know. I
Mm.
watched SpongeBob when I was a kid. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
everyone
love
does,
that crazy fucker.
right? And so here's my idea. Occasionally, you see these two cops come on screen to
Mhm.
do some arresting, to take some people to jail, to beat some people with nightsticks, you know?
Mhm.
Hmm. Hmm.
So here it is. Instead of fading into bikini bottom, it's bikini bottom. Dun, dun. And it's the behind the scenes bikini bottom PD.
Okay.
BBPD.
Okay.
Um,
A
BBPD.
little BB50, as we could call it.
Okay. Yeah. So kind of I'm thinking like Reno 911 meets Brooklyn
Mhm.
Nine-Nine
Mhm.
Meets
meets
cops.
underwater.
Are you
Meets The
using
Wire.
Meets maybe,
are
maybe.
you using SpongeBob and Bikini Bottom as a frame of reference, or is it literally taking place in that world?
Yeah, it's literally so think of this like episode one could be the hash thingy slasher.
Except this time they don't let that freak get away. They shoot him.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. It could be
And
really grisly. Like one of them, maybe like he's named some fish pun, like Marlin Dinks or something. I don't
he
know.
sounds like a bad guy
Mar
already.
kind of like Marlon Brando, Marlon Blowfish.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly like Marlon Brando. I like that one.
Maybe instead of Zac Efron, it's Zach Big Fin.
Could be, yeah.
Maybe instead of Jordan Peele, it's Jordan Eel.
Okay, that is a good one.
I don't know that. I don't know if I like that. Eel doesn't start with a P.
Yeah,
Um,
I like Marlon Blowfish way better. That's a good point.
okay, maybe instead of uh uh
Jake Gyllenhaal,
maybe
it's Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's why he's the writer,
okay.
folks.
Okay.
That's why
Okay.
he's the writer.
Uh
What's the rating on this show?
it's
Is this going to be like a daytime PG-13? Is this going to be like an R with all the blood and hot and drama that we need, or is this something different?
I'm thinking like a cool TVMA. That'd be great.
Okay, I can get behind that.
No holds
uh
barred.
maybe instead of Kendrick Lamar, it could be Kendrick. I'll come back to that one. Hold on.
Not an actor.
Maybe instead of
Instead of Chris Pratt, Chris
Chris Catfish. Kiss
maybe
Chris
instead of maybe
Pratt.
instead of Tom Hanks, it's Fish Tanks.
Dude.
Or maybe instead of um Samuel L. Jackson, it is
Samuel L. Fishson. Samuel Fish Jackson. That's actually
Or
take back.
Okay.
I take back my first answer, and I'm going to use that one instead.
Okay.
final answer, Matthew McConaughey Stingray.
Okay. Matthew the Stingray. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it sounds like a good show. I think.
It
I think
says
you're onto
Sandra
something.
Bullock. It's Sandra Blowfish.
Oh, you can't. No, there can't be two Blowfish.
That's just
Oh no,
redundant.
she's married to Marlon. She's married to Marlon, and they run a criminal empire. The Blowfish, and
Well,
it's called the
we would
Blow.
have to ask Mark
It,
this.
and well, no, because this is a new show. It's like The Sopranos, but it's about the Blowfish, and
This
they
is
have
just
a
Mark's show.
well, no, they have a no because it's focused on the crime family, and then you have a crossover with BBPD, and it's like a huge event where like the cops and the Blowfish fight. Maybe
Mm.
something like that. I don't know. It's just
Shark
anyone else.
Ruffalo.
George Clownfish.
Shark Ruffalo is the beat cop who doesn't take no BS from nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trigger happy.
Mm.
No.
Yeah, Marlon Blowfish and Shark Ruffalo are the two cops, and
No,
maybe they're in.
Marlon Blowfish, we've already established is a crime lord. He's married to who's he married to?
Sandra Blowfish.
Sandra, thank you, Sandra Bullock. And they're married.
Okay, wait.
And they're a crime family. Shark Ruffalo is
So,
actually his like mortal enemy. So maybe they were high school
so
friends
Shark
and they went on
Keep
Ruffalo.
different
forgetting
paths.
about Jordan Eel though. Jordan Eel's the slimy guy. You never
Jordan
know
Eel would
about
direct
SpongeBob.
this bullshit. And then
Yeah,
I'm
it's gotta
thinking
start with a
Shark
P.
Ruffalo. I'm thinking Shark Ruffalo and Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves are the
Oh
cops.
man.
And they go out and they blast SpongeBob's bitch ass with some iron, some lead. And he's dead on the streets because he was caught, I don't know, maybe doing something really bad.
What if instead of Coral Reef, it's like Coral Reese Witherspoon? There's just a bunch of different Reese Witherspoons from all of her projects down there.
Okay,
I like
to be
that.
no, come on. Like in all honesty, Dan, you've had some good ones, but that one didn't even make any sense.
Well, maybe Coral Reefs is the name of the town they're in. Forget Bikini Bottom. And then maybe
SpongeBob moved. SpongeBob moved out of Bikini Bottom for this show.
Yeah, SpongeBob moved, and then
It got
maybe when
gentrified.
Yeah,
well, and then maybe
Patrick moved too.
when Keanu Reeves and Shark Ruffalo have to go to court to say
Fish
why
court.
they killed SpongeBob, maybe the Legally Blonde character is the
Jordan
representative.
Eel is the judge.
Reese Witherspoon.
Jordan Eel's the
And he's
judge,
like,
and then
Jordan Eel's the judge.
Reef
Mhm.
Reef.
He
There's
uses
probably something
he
that
uses
sounds
his
like
tail to hold the gavel. So he uses like
Yeah.
he uses his tail end. So he's curled up in the
But-
chair and he has his tail. He has the gavel
dude,
and his tail wrapped
dude,
around
his tail's too strong, and every time he bangs that gavel, it smashes through the podium, and he goes, "Oh man, did I do that?"
But also the point of
maybe
the
that's
gavel
like
is
a
that sound,
recurring-
but you wouldn't have that sound underwater. So he would be doing it for the fun, and then he would have to be like in whatever.
Yeah, but
pitch.
he still smashes the
So
podium.
they
It's gone.
they have
He's too strong. He's
they
too
have
strong.
sound underwater in this universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But maybe,
Yeah, right.
okay, so maybe the judge is the secret like villain because he's so strong with his tail and the way he smashes the gavel. Maybe he gets a hold of that power and he starts doing something bad with it. We can maybe make a whole movie out of it.
Yeah, Mark, did we help with this at all? Did we give you any good ideas?
I feel like we kind of
Yeah.
just met him halfway.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, words on your Bikini Bottom Police show? I think it's a great idea. We certainly had a blast with it. And I think we kind of made it better almost. But just wanted to hear your final word before we move on.
No, great ideas. A lot of good fish names. A lot of good fish names.
We had a few, yeah.
Jordan Eel is probably the best.
All right, well, guys, if you guys don't mind, I've got a pitch that I want to throw at you guys. I'm very excited about it. Mark's not the only one who showed up with a TV show today. I brought a TV show. Again, I'm not trying to get into my personal life. I've had some issues lately with finances and relationships, and it's led to some pretty lonely, sad nights. But one thing that I have found comfort in, as many before me have, is turning on the TV late at night on Nick at Night and catching episodes of Friends on repeat. They play that show all night long, and I stumbled upon it by accident. Had never been a Friends guy, but I gotta say it's really been hitting the spot. And I was just thinking that we don't really have a sitcom like that anymore. We don't have a Friends. There's no Friends in 2023, 2024. So my idea is a new sitcom. It's gonna be like the new Friends, just like young people living in the city, hanging out together, just growing up together. And I actually have, it's not a full script yet, but I have a bit of a script, a pilot script that I was hoping you guys could help me read through. And I've got the perfect roles for you guys.
I mean, are we
So-
reading these roles, or did you like write these roles for us?
Oh, no. Like, yeah, you're just reading these roles. These aren't like, this would probably be A-list actors or soon to be A-listers. So, but no, I want you guys to read them because I do think the characters fit y'all's personalities. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and show you guys the script. All right, so this is the pilot for Friendsfield, written by yours truly, Jayden Saunders. Logan, I actually don't have a character for you, so if you wouldn't mind, if you could just like read the narration and the stage actions, kind of be that role. Mark, I want you to play Billy. Daniel,
It's lunch guy Neil. I'm gonna kill you.
no, it's not Lunch Guy Neil. You can play, I guess you can play Daniel.
Makes
Guess.
sense.
Ironically named. All right, lead us away, Logan.
Interior hallway, evening. The camera fades in on the hallway of an apartment building as the studio audience claps and cheers. The hallway is old and a little bit dirty, but not too dirty. From the stairway, two young men in their 20s appear. Billy, a hairy man with a cool beard, reaches the top of the stairs first. Right behind him runs Daniel, a tall, skinny blonde man who looks oddly like an adolescent despite being 26. Both of them are clutching baseball mitts, and both are a little sweaty. They high five at the top of the stairs.
I'm gonna beat you up those stairs one day, Billy.
You just might, Daniel. You've definitely been getting faster.
It's easy to go fast when I'm this excited. That was the best baseball game I've ever been to.
Same here. When Jeter hit that last home run, I thought I was going to have a heart attack or stroke.
The audience laughs.
I almost did. Man, what a game. It's a shame Jordan couldn't come with us, you know. What do you think he's been up to?
Knowing his knowing his horny ass, probably jacking off.
The audience laughs.
Wait, didn't you hear? He and Brittany just broke up.
Oh no, when did that happen?
Just the other day.
So what you're saying is Brittany's single?
Daniel hits Billy in the shoulder with his glove. The audience laughs.
Too soon, Billy. Not cool.
What? It's not my fault she was so fine.
Just be sensitive about it when you're around him.
Relax, I will be. After all, the ladies don't call me the king of sensitivity for nothing.
Billy slides to the left and extends his arm out in one cool fluid motion. The audience cheers and whistles. Daniel rolls his eyes and shakes his head as he turns on his heels towards the red door. Cut 2. Interior, guy's apartment. The guy's apartment is rad as hell, with a big couch in the middle of the living room and an open kitchen on the other side. Jordan sits on the sofa with his head leaned all the way back, looking forlorn. The door opens. Daniel and Billy enter the apartment. They hang up their baseball mitts and exchange awkward glances as they notice Jordan on the couch.
Hey, Jordan, we're back home from the baseball game.
Jordan doesn't answer. Billy and Daniel exchange another look and slowly walk towards him.
Jordan, it's us, your roommates and best friends.
The game was really cool. You would have loved it. We wish you could have joined us.
Jordan looks up at them.
I don't care about baseball. My heart is broken.
The audience sighs sympathetically.
Jordan, you know you can talk to us about this if you want. We're your roommates. You don't live alone, so you don't have to keep these things bottled up to yourself all the time.
Yeah, tell us what happened, buddy. I thought you two were going to get married.
So did I, but then she broke my heart and took my money.
Jordan gets up from the couch and walks towards the kitchen.
Well, screw her. You get back on your feet in no time.
Yeah, there's plenty of fish in the sea. I mean, look at me. I sleep with different women all the time, at least one every weekend.
I don't want to sleep with beautiful women every weekend like you do, Billy, even though I could. I just want Brittany. We were supposed to get married and start businesses together. Now I'm all alone and broke. I can barely even afford to pay my attorneys, and they're starting to get mad about it.
Suddenly, there is a knock on the door. Daniel turns on his heels and opens it. Rachel, an attractive brunette woman, stands in the hallway.
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Rachel. I just moved in down the hall. I heard you guys talking about baseball and wanted to come over and introduce myself.
Rachel's awkward and quirky, but extremely beautiful. She's very humble about her beauty, though, and she isn't interested in playboys or rich guys. She looks right past Daniel and spots Jordan. Her eyes light up. Billy slides in front of Daniel and places his arm on the door frame.
Pleasure to meet you, Rachel. I'm Billy. I live here.
I think you're forgetting someone.
The audience laughs.
Sorry, this is Daniel. And that guy over there, it's Jordan. We all live here.
The audience claps.
So nice to meet you. We'll all have to hang out sometime. I'm sure that my roommates would love to meet you guys.
Definitely. Say, you should all come over for dinner. I can cook my world-famous spaghetti and meatballs. Better bring your appetite.
If Billy's cooking, you should also bring a bag to throw up in.
Billy looks sternly at Daniel and crosses his arms. The audience laughs.
Sounds great, but I think I want him to cook.
She points to Jordan. The audience woos. Jordan looks startled and drops his glass of water. It crashes to the ground, sending water everywhere. The audience laughs.
See you guys tomorrow at 7. We'll be hungry.
Rachel walks back down the hall to her apartment. Daniel closes the door and turns on his heels, looking directly at Jordan. Jordan glances down at the puddle of water and shattered glass on the floor. He points to it.
Was that my fault?
Daniel and Billy facepalm as the audience laughs and cheers. Cut to theme song plays over the intro in which the guys dance, the girls dance, everyone laughs together. They splash each other with water guns. Billy flexes his muscles. Song ends as the title card appears. Cut to
Cool. And now we get to meet the girls.
right.
So we could probably just assign some new roles real quick.
Interior girl's apartment morning.
No, hey,
I don't
we just did a whole thing.
No, I don't want to do this.
You also
Jayden,
didn't even bother changing the girls' names.
Jayden,
Wait, Mark, what do you mean? Right? Okay, yeah, all right. I guess those are similar names.
scroll back
But
up.
that's
Scroll
not
back up.
that's not all the girls. We have a different one. Velma, that's not in Friends.
Oh, how long is it?
Scroll down. Scroll back down. Scroll back down for a second.
Mhm.
Just give me a random scene.
Okay.
Billy, I think you might want to rephrase that. The audience laughs again. This is the biggest joke of the night. Why did you put that in there?
Just to
That's-
emphasize how important that joke is.
Yeah, but this is what we talked about with Daniel last time when he did
Y'all made
Marysfield.
fun of me
Marysfield's
for
because
telling
you
the
can't
audience-
tell, you can't give hints. Okay, Jordan walks down the stairs. Jordan, all right, which one of you canceled my porn subscription? Daniel, I did. We need to get back out there. No more jacking off for a week. Got it? Jordan, ugh, fine. Jordan plops on the couch. He grabs Daniel's beer and takes a big sip. Then he hands it back. They're sharing it now. Billy stands up. This sucks, Jayden. I'm sorry, but this sucks. And I'll say it's very transparent to the happenings of your actual life.
Also, it's more transparent to Mayersfield. This, I got berated, I got made fun of, I lost everything, and now I'm watching it blow up in Central America as a hit show. This is
not going to blow up as a hit show in Central America. Mayersfield was dog shit. This is marginally better, but it's sad. It's sad, I'll say that. Jordan sounds very similar to Jayden.
In my real life, that's not what happened.
Jordan.
Okay, why would I write her
very
roommates
similar
in?
to
We
Jayden?
didn't even get to this scene.
You even misspelled. You misspelled
Mark,
it one
don't
time.
leave. Mark, don't leave. Guys, it's not that bad. It's
bad.
Jayden,
Daniel?
we've lived together multiple years, and in this fake show, not about you, I'm your roommate, and the girl shows up and is immediately interested in you, and I'm just standing
not
there.
me. No, she's interested in Jordan.
This is projecting, Jayden. This is projecting.
I-
Dude, hey, we don't have to put this in the episode, man. You go to therapy. You have been through a lot. You have been through a very traumatic incident with Bethany. I'm sorry to bring her up, but with Bethany. And I don't think writing a script with your idealized version of yourself is the best way to go about it, man. Especially if you're going to present it to your friends in an innocent kind of fashion, not acknowledge what's going on.
Yeah,
I think you need to go. I think you need to face these problems head on.
I mean, a real
Jordan,
alpha wouldn't
listen,
have
listen.
problems to begin with. I'm saying.
Exactly. Maybe come to the conference with us. Honestly, the next one in Tampa in August, you
You gotta
should come
save
with
up
I'm
us.
not
more
going
money.
to that. I'm
But
not going to that.
listen, we'll cut this out of the episode, man. But like,
Don't cut it out. It's I don't
no, we'll
need
cut. Let's look.
I don't need therapy. I'm sorry. It's just been really hard to think of new ideas lately. So I don't
Well, I
need
mean,
therapy.
Jayden, you know that Logan and I have sequentially lost everything financially, and even we didn't stoop this low.
Yeah, we'll cut this part out. Let's just snap back into character. Speaking of which, is there any update on the Bethany situation? Is
I
she
don't know. I don't want to get into my personal life here. I think we should keep that out of the
okay? All right,
episode.
all
Yeah, you
right,
did a great job.
all right. Well, um, Mark already checked out a little early. I think maybe he had to go. So I guess we can just about wrap it up. Daniel, thank you for joining us today as a guest.
And a host.
Um, we will be trying to make these episodes a little more regular. I know we took a long pause since our last episode. Sponsor on the way, a lot of guests in the work. It is going to be a bright future in 2024 for Pitch Meeting. I'm excited to show you guys what we have in the works. You guys got anything to throw in before we block out, as you will?
You said it perfectly, I think. Thank you all for watching or listening.
Yeah. May. Speaking of listening, maybe this could be on Spotify by the time you're
Um,
listening.
I won't freak out.
Yeah, right. This is normal. Yeah, so and I guess outro.